everybody. Today is October 9th, Tuesday. So, I had a doctor's appointment this morning with a doctor that specializes in ADHD and a bunch of other neurological conditions. And as I was referred from my doctor, because she doesn't deal with that part of it, so she refers to somebody who knows what he's doing. Well, it was a very long appointment, like 2 hours. Answered lots of questions, lots of things, and the doctor basically said, yes, I can see that you have ADHD. And so we discussed some options. We're going to try Cepralex, not Cepralex, because Concerta, there we go. Concerta, a very, very, very low dose, like I think 17 milligrams or whatever, for a couple weeks, and then goes up a little bit more. So we're going to try that and see how that works. Because I've never, we went and did a whole bunch of testing, and yes, these issues that I'm feeling now as an adult, I had them as a child, I had them at school, I had them at home, and that, but I had more, I guess, coping skills or less things on my plate. And I think also just because my parents weren't the involved parents as they should have been, they weren't too concerned. Because I was still passing, and I was doing well in most classes. But again, I was procrastinating, studying the last minute, doing everything the last minute. I'm an all or nothing kind of person. Getting easily, I get easily agitated now as an adult than I did too, but I need water. But I just, my major thing is that I don't know my emotions, right? So I know happy, I know sad, I know angry, but all the ones in the middle, I really don't really know. And as a child, I was taught to repress them and repress anything and kind of just hide in the background. And the less my parents noticed me, the less trouble I would get into. So I tried not to, I was always walking eggshells and stuff like that. And I was in survival mode. And then as my parents stopped drinking, and as I was just hitting puberty, I just basically took care of myself. I basically raised myself 90% of the time. So this is part of my issue. And so as I've gotten older, I've had these issues all my life, but as I've gotten older, there's been more things in my brain, more people's lives I have to kind of manage and juggle, more doctor's appointments, more everything. And it just gets very overwhelming. And so and since this is the first time I've had my own GP, I just got her a year ago. Other than that, I've been going to walk-in clinics because I hated going to doctors. And I always never went to the doctors unless I was on my deathbed. I would go to the doctors for my kids when they were sick. I would, take care of them, and same with hubby. I'd convince him to go to the doctors. But me, I'd put it off and put it off because I hated going to the doctors. Now that I have a GP, and she's fairly nice and stuff like that, I had no problems with her. I get to start a relationship with her and get to know, her to get to know me better. And that's been good. I never thought it would be good until I had it, It's kind of you don't know what you're missing until you have it, and then you don't want it taken away. So I'm hoping that the meds will help a bit, because the thing is, I'm running around with a chicken with a head cut off, trying to get things done around the house. I start a whole bunch of different projects and then don't finish them. I have like laundry that I get to the point I bring it upstairs in a hamper, but I don't finish putting it away, or I start putting it away and then I get distracted with something else. Same with everything. The fact, like, I basically put out and do things the major fires. So I make sure that my family's fed at a decent time, most times. Sometimes it's late, because I've gotten distracted while meal planning. Laundry, dishes done. Basically the minimum. I make sure that those ones are done. Everything else, like the deep cleaning or whatever, I start deep cleaning and I get to one section and then I stop and I start to another thing. It's kind of like half done projects. And I have found with myself, having somebody there, either in person like a friend or on the phone with somebody, a distraction of helping me stay on task. Even just playing music is enough a distraction to distract my brain so I can help to focus and stay on task. Also, over the past, I guess at least 5-8 years, I've started to learn to say no to things. So anytime there was something going on with school, fundraiser, scouting, anything, I would do it. Because if I didn't do it, then nobody else did it. But now, as I've gotten older, and my kids have gotten older, learning to say no, going, no, I really can't throw this in to all the other things I'm juggling. Especially when there's so many doctor's appointments. Like right now, knock on wood, knock on wood, there's not been any major health issues or major doctor's appointments. It just always seems we get all these like annual or biannual doctor's appointments with CHIO and doctors, and everybody wants to do blood tests, this, that, and the other thing, all at the same time. But so far, it's been kind of slow, or at least spread out, so it doesn't seem like very overwhelming. But just other things get overwhelming. So I thought I would share this with you, that if you are an adult, and you get overwhelmed, easily distracted and stuff like that, and you could have adult ADD, ADHD. I probably would have been diagnosed as a kid if my parents brought me to get diagnosed. Because I was struggling in school, like on the math side. English was not a problem. I was really good at science and stuff, but it took a lot of effort to do a lot of things. And my life as a child might have been easier even if I was diagnosed with a learning disability and stuff like that, having the resources there. The difference that I've seen in my kids' life, even from as they've gotten older and from school to school, the resources have made a significant difference. From one school where they didn't have much resources to another school where anything they need for resources they can have pretty much, within reason. And those access to resources have made them from being struggling and getting a mediocre grade to excelling. So I just wanted to share that with you and share your experiences below. So have a great day. Bye, friends.